All right. Good evening. We'd like to welcome you to the Elmore County Commission work session dated Monday, July 22nd, 2019. I'll call this meeting to order. We'd like to recognize some elected officials that are visiting us today. We have Senator Clyde Chambliss with us. Thank you for being here. We also thought we had another, maybe. I think that's it. We will proceed with our regular business, a review of the minutes of the July 8, 2019 Commission meeting. Any comments or questions there? All right, we will proceed review the memorandum of warrants for the period July 2, 2019 through July 16, 2019.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, the memorandum of warrants for that period of time is $1,116,919.05.
Thank you. All right, we'll proceed now with our public hearing. This was announced at our previous County Commission meeting. 050 retail beer off-premises only and a 070 retail table wine off-premises only liquor license application by Dolgan Corp. LLC for Dollar General Store 20157, located at 150 Titus Road, Titus, Alabama 36080. Is there anyone here speaking for or against this proposed license? Any commissioners have any comments or questions regarding this? I think we discussed that at our previous meeting. As we're aware, they have all the information in that's needed. All right, thank you. All right, we will proceed with our old business. We have several board appointments to discuss. First, discuss board appointment to Community Action Partnership of Middle Alabama. Appointment due 7/22/19. Candidate listed is Mr. Michael Waters. Any comments or questions there? We sincerely appreciate Mr. Waters' willingness to serve in that capacity. This is a board appointment that was new to the County Commission, a new organization that was formed by the blending of some other organizations, and so we look forward to being connected with them and learning more about the ways that they can serve the community.
As we all see Mr. Waters in the audience, I just want to tell you I appreciate you willing to serve. It's a very worthy organization to spend your time with, and very impressive bit of information yourself you submitted to us, so I appreciate that very much.
Me too. And you know, volunteering's not free. You have to do a lot of work. Thank you.
All right, we'll proceed now to discuss appointment to the Montgomery Area Mental Health Authority Board. Appointment due 7/22/2019. Candidate listed is Ms. Rashawn Blassingame. Ms. Blassingame is here with us tonight. We appreciate you being here. Her name was submitted, as you all are aware, by the Mental Health Authority Board. We appreciate her willingness to serve in this capacity. We've seen a lot of transition in the Montgomery Area Mental Health Authority Board over the last 12 months with new leadership, and we look forward to being able to work with other communities and other governmental entities to try and right the ship on how we handle and work with mental health matters in Elmore County and throughout the River region. Any comments or questions there regarding this appointment? Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Appreciate you, and you as well. Appreciate you willing to serve.
I know Miss Blassingame well. She's my son's track coach, so she does a great job and serves a lot in the community. All right, we'll proceed now to discuss two appointments to the Crenshaw Park Board. Appointments due 7/22/19. Candidates listed, Ms. Hertazine Crenshaw and Fagel Shuford Grant. Any comments or questions there regarding these two individuals? All right. Thank you very much. All right, we will proceed now with our new business. Discuss resolution to relocate precinct number 0220, located at Grandview Pines Baptist Church, to Tri-City Baptist Church. beginning with the March 3, 2020 primary election. We'll ask our county attorney, Mr. Courtney, if you could address this matter in terms of the process and the legality of this change.
Excuse me. Certainly, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, I did take a look at the applicable law and the accompanying maps that you've got in your packet, and it certainly appears that we may move forward if that is what the Commission decides to do. One suggestion, though, I would have, I know we're not expecting any kind of a special election, but perhaps if we amended some of the language in there to read, instead of beginning with the March 3, 2020 primary election, it would become effective, say, as soon as legally possible. That might save us some unnecessary time and effort if we make that amendment.
Okay. I appreciate the suggestion. Any comments or questions on that from our commissioners? All right, hearing none, we'll proceed.
I'm sorry, Chairman.
Yes,
So
sir.
we're moving the lines and the district, correct, in the resolution?
Yes, sir, that's
Okay.
correct.
Thank you. That's all I had, Chairman.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, next item, consider contract for use of property as a polling site with Tri-City Baptist Church. This is our normal process in which we enter agreements with many local organizations throughout the county that are willing to host polling sites. And this would coincide with the previous item that we just discussed. All right, we'll proceed. Discuss releasing $21,896.64 of unclaimed funds over 10 years old to the general fund from county fiduciary account. Mr. Byer?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this is a standard protocol that when these funds in the fiduciary account are held for this over 10-year period, that an action by the Commission is taken to be able to transfer those into the general fund for use for general purposes.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll proceed now. Consider approving the fiscal year 2020 Rebuild Alabama County Transportation Plan. As many of you are familiar, we've spent the last several months identifying opportunities within Elmore County to improve our roadway systems and to utilize the funds that are coming from Rebuild Alabama. Rebuild Alabama was the initiative led by Governor Ivey with the assistance of several members of the legislature to try and remedy the infrastructure issues that we have not only in Elmore County but throughout the state of Alabama. We have funds that are coming to Elmore County in the fiscal year 2020. Approximately $1.1 million of additional funds will come as a result of the passing of Rebuild Alabama. And those funds, accompanied with other funds from the federal level and the state level, will allow us to do many projects that have been identified for years as projects that we needed to, or we wanted to work on and improve, but simply didn't have the funding available to do that. So I would like to take a brief moment here and invite Senator Clyde Chambliss to come up here to the podium. Senator Chambliss led the charge in the Senate to pass Rebuild Alabama, and we also sincerely appreciate Representative Reed Ingram, who also supported this initiative in the House. He's unable to be with us tonight, but these two individuals have done a lot to represent the citizens of Elmore County. So, Senator Chambliss, if you can speak to Rebuild Alabama and that initiative.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, thank you for allowing me to be here tonight and share in this historic occasion for Elmore County, for our state. You all are leaders of our state, and it's evident through Rebuild Alabama. And now that we're here tonight to kick it off from the local level, It shows your leadership as well. And without your leadership, it would make my job very, very much harder at the state level. So I really appreciate your leadership on this issue and others, but this one most importantly here tonight. One of the things as I was traveling around the district the last year, going into my last re-election campaign, that I heard whenever I would bring up infrastructure, as you all know, I've been in the news for a few years, and it was incumbent upon me to really study it and to understand what our history and what our needs were. And when I did that, I found very quickly that our needs far outweigh our ability. So I was interested in trying to help in this infrastructure rebuild of Alabama, as it's been called. So your assistance, your efforts, your engineering staff, through all of that, every time I had a question, had something I didn't quite understand, were very, very helpful, and I appreciate you guys allowing your staff to not only lead Elmore County, but also to lead the state. And not many counties can say that, so I appreciate that and appreciate Mr. Byer and what he has done. So one of the things as I was going around the district that I kept hearing was, well, what'd y'all do with the money that we've already given you? That's a good question. That's a valid question. That's the accountability that we as elected officials should welcome. But when I studied that and I started looking at what had been accomplished over that period of 27 years, tremendous things had been accomplished. If you look at our river crossings, both here in Elmore County and then also in Autauga County, all of them have been significantly improved in that period of time. And I looked at roads, I mean, bridges in the county. I mean, there was tremendous amount of improvement that had been made that, you know, kind of gets lost on the public because we don't think about it. We're not talking about it every day. You all are accomplishing work and then going about what's next. We're not out there talking about it. So the public was interested in the accountability. So there are a lot of things that we put into the bill, but also into the Joint Transportation Bill, to try to improve that, to make us more accountable, to make it a matter of public interest, what these monies are being used for. And that's why we're here tonight. Your input, citizens' input, they want to know, they need to know. And now, not just in a retroactive or look back type fashion, we're also looking forward. And tonight, you all are looking forward. What is our plan? What are we trying to accomplish? Where do we need to be a year or two from now? And I applaud you for just really jumping on this. And I know Richie's been heavily involved in the County Commissions Association, the County Engineers Association, to develop this, not only for your use, for our use, but on a statewide basis. And that's very important and very commendable. So tonight is about you. It's about the citizens of this county and moving forward and meeting the needs 5, 10, 20 years from now. So thank you for allowing me to be here and to share in this and very important night. And we just appreciate what you all do for the citizens of Elmore County.
Thank you very much, Senator Chambliss. We appreciate your leadership. I'll speak to a couple of things that my fellow commissioners and I have all received some information from our engineering department over the last several months and given us an opportunity to review their recommendations in terms of priorities and needs throughout the county, and then we've had the opportunity to review that to identify the projects that we would begin with as we look at fiscal year 2020, and then we look forward to 2021 and 2022. And tonight, this item on the agenda that we're discussing, consider approving fiscal year 2020 Rebuild Alabama County Transportation Plan, is the fruits of that labor. It is an opportunity for us to identify dozens of projects that we will be able to initiate in fiscal year 2020 with these new funds, coupled with other funds from the state and federal level, and we look forward to being transparent with the citizens of the county and showing them which projects are being done with that. And I think later tonight you may see, Mr. Byer, can you hold that sign up there? We will be utilizing these signs throughout the county as an opportunity for us. Where these projects are, these signs will be placed so that as you drive by, you can recognize that this project is being done because of Rebuild Alabama. Otherwise, it would have been put on the back burner for another year, and then other projects would have come up, and we would have a continually a list that just continued to grow and grow and grow. So we appreciate Senator Chambliss and the state legislature and the governor's office for giving us this opportunity, and we look forward to being fiscally responsible with these projects. Any of my commissioners have any comments regarding this proposed transportation plan?
Senator Chambliss, I want to say I appreciate your leadership. What you did in the Senate was not an easy task. We were all right there with you. We followed this process. We were part of the process. But you carried the water. You're the one that blazed the trail to make this happen, and we really appreciate it. You know how it is trying to take care of a taxpayer's largest investment they have in your days of being a county commissioner, and there is only so much money that you have going around. So again, I appreciate you recognizing that. I appreciate you taking that experience when you went to the State House and actually use that experience to help us do our jobs better and to serve the citizens better. So very, very much appreciate what you've done.
I would also like to say we appreciate your cooperation, and we appreciate what you do very much. Thank you, Senator.
All right. We will move forward. We have several additional items, some of which are a result of a recent approval or proposal at the MPO meeting for this area with some additional projects. So we'll go through these, and Mr. Byer, you can interject and add some information. Consider approving construction agreement with AlDOT to microsurface and stripe Fire Tower Road from Redland Road north 3.795 miles to State Road 14 STPAA-2619-250 ECP 260318.
Mr. Chairman, this one and the next construction agreement are set to be let here shortly. That's why the construction agreements are being presented to you for your approval.
All right. The next item, consider approving construction agreement with AlDOT to microsurface and stripe Redland Road from east of Rifle Range Road, east 7.144 miles to Marshall Road, STPAA 2619-251 ECP 26218. So another project that's approaching letting. All right, these next items are from the MPO meeting.
That is correct. These next six items that you've got, or 7 items that you've got, are all MPO projects that were approved at this previous MPO meeting last week. They are in the public comment stage to be included in the next tip, the 20 through 23 tip. And just for your note, the very first 6 are also included as projects in our county transportation plan that you're considering tonight. We will be proposing to match those projects instead of out of other county sources. We will be using the Rebuild Federal Aid Exchange funds as our match for these projects.
And the MPO is an opportunity for us to work with other municipalities and counties in this area where we're able to leverage federal dollars that come to this area in central Alabama and use some of our monies as match dollars for those federal projects, so, or the federal dollars that accompany them. So it's a great opportunity for us to achieve a lot of work with minimal outlay from the county's perspective. Consider approving resolution to microsurface and stripe Flatwood Road from Dead End North 3.0 miles to Caesarville Road, ECP 265319. Consider approving resolution to microsurface and stripe Flatwood curve from Meharry Road east 0.5 miles to Flatwood Road, ECP 265419. Consider approving resolution to microsurface and stripe Meharry Road from Alabama Highway 14 north 1.6 miles to Flatwood Road, ECP 265519. Consider approving resolution to microsurface and stripe Fort Toulouse Road from Fort Toulouse east 2.4 miles to US Highway 231, ECP 265619. Consider approving resolution to microsurface and stripe Edgewood Road from Cobbs Ford Road east 2.1 miles to Alabama Highway 143, ECP 265719. Consider approving resolution to microsurface and stripe Cusada Road from Alabama Highway 143 east 4.4 miles to Blackwells Drive, ECP 265819. Consider approving resolution to widen, level, resurface, and traffic stripe Laurel Creek Rhea Road from US Highway 231 east 2.9 miles to Weoka Road. Any comments or questions from any of my commissioners on these 7 items we just went through? Okay, we'll move forward with consent docket. Approved travel memo. Approved proposed plat for Coventry Plat 1.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Where's that located at, Richie?
Coventry Plat 1
Uh-huh.
is over off of Jackson Road over in the Emerald Mountain area.
Okay, thank you.
Approved request for declaration of emergency illness for Loretta White, tag supervisor. Approved 24 hours sick leave donation from Sam Williamson to Loretta White. Approved 16 hours sick leave donation from Jimmy Woodall to Loretta White. Proceeding now with personnel notifications. Notification of resignation of Ernest J. Edwards, Equipment Operator 2, effective 6/24/19. Notification of military leave for Jacob Shamblin, Probate Chief Clerk, effective 8/11/19. Notification of change of status of Brislyn Thornton, replace A. Smirnoff, part-time corrections officer to full-time corrections officer, effective 7/9/19. Notification of hire of Nathan Wyatt Owens, part-time corrections officer, replace B. Thornton, effective 7/25/19. Notification of reassignment of Jordan Denny, deputy to patrol, replace A. Carr, effective 7/15/19. Notification of reassignment of Chase Shaw, investigator to DEA, replace J. Denny, effective 7/15/19. Notification of reassignment of A. Carr, investigator, to replace C. Shaw, effective 7/15/19. Notification of resignation of Robin Hodges, dispatcher, effective 7/26/19. Notification of hire of Christy Taylor, dispatcher Tier 2, replace R. Hodges, effective 7/26/19. All right, we'll proceed now with reports to the Commission with Chief Engineer and Operations Officer Richie Byer.
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, just a couple items for you tonight. One item that failed to make the agenda, it was oversight on my part with the number of items that we had. In front of you, you've got a copy of our typical equipment rotation list. It's our motor graders and our dump trucks. It's a one-page spreadsheet that should be under your packet. This is an item that we include with the we will include with the upcoming budget. To be able to take possession of these prior to being able to sell them in the February-March time frame, we have to place orders well in advance for those. And so I would like to ask that y'all add to the agenda the ability for the chief engineer and deputy chief engineer to execute the purchase documents to be able to get these machines on order and be ready for our January-February time frame of delivery. I apologize it wasn't in there before. It's, like I said, oversight on my part with the small number of resolutions and road projects that we were covering. So, an update on the budget. We expect to put the finishing touches on a final draft for you to be considered for your review at the August meeting. I think our schedule would be to go from there, get any fine-tuning done from that point to where y'all are in a position to adopt the budget at the first meeting in September. Several of you have asked some questions about items that were in there. They've all been very good questions. I think we're to the point where y'all are kind of fine-tuning things now in terms of requests and what you're reviewing. If there's something else that you would like to see prior to your meeting in August, please let us know. Mike and I are working on those fine-tuned items plus the highlights that we want to include for you. We've got a number of large one-time projects that will be occurring in the 2020 budget. We want to make sure we break those out for you so you can adequately explain that to people when they see the difference in the revenues versus expenditures, because those are projects that have been saved up for years to be able to accomplish. So the other item that we're going to have ready for you at the next meeting will be our schedule for the 2020 year, holiday schedule, meeting schedules for your consideration. We'll get those to you shortly after tonight's meeting to where y'all can be reviewing those. We've been trying our best to get those out as early as possible at the end of one fiscal year leading into the other so employees can appropriately plan and they will know not only the holiday schedule but also if there's any changes to the amount of days that you give them as floating holidays, as we eliminated two smaller holidays last year to better serve the public. And the last thing I'll say is related to the 2020 plan. There's a number of employees in the room tonight from the Highway Department and from the Commission Office that have put a lot of time and effort into getting this plan ready. And I know that y'all mentioned the Engineering Department, and I just want to make sure that they are recognized because they have done a lot of work behind the scenes getting things ready and helping provide the information that Senator Chambliss mentioned over the last year plus, trying to get in a position to have a rebuild program. So I appreciate y'all being able to see that larger vision and allow us to work not only at the county level but at the state and national level to get things like this in place. And I just want to make sure that those employees are recognized for their behind-the-scenes efforts because they have done an excellent job. Mr. Chairman, that's all I have in the way of report. Do y'all have any questions of me?
Well, thank you very much for that report. Are any of my commissioners opposed to us adding this Highway Department equipment rotation program to the business session so that we can get these ordered prior to meet the deadlines? All right, we'll proceed now with reports from the Commission. We'll begin with Commissioner Holt.
I also would like to compliment our employees. As Richie said, we have some good employees that do good work, and I appreciate what they do. Also, I'd like to thank the volunteers that are volunteering to do things, because that's important too. And you know, there are a lot of associations that could not function without volunteers, so it's very important, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Mercer.
Thank you, Chairman. Two of the most common phone calls I get are related to fix my road, please, and help me get adequate access to broadband service. Tonight we're starting the process of hopefully reducing the number of calls and the number on Fix My Road. And also we hopefully we'll be able to improve our level of services we can offer our citizens as it relates to infrastructure. But we're also doing something about the lack of broadband access in the county. This last week, our ACEDA, our Elmore County Economic Development Authority, started, they rolled out a survey for citizens of Elmore County to take that will give them information related to the access they have at their business or their house to broadband. The survey can be found at ACEDA, ElmoreEDA.com/connect. We have Terry Cox with us here tonight, who is the Executive Director of ACEDA. I have received an email this afternoon where there have been a surprising number of people already completed the survey since it was released last Friday. I encourage you to visit that site, fill out the survey. What this is a component of a larger study that's being done that ASCEDA has commissioned to take place in the county that would give us a broad overview and very specific details about the broadband service in the county, which hopefully can be used that will attract additional investment in infrastructure that will give us better access. So please encourage your fellow citizens to take that survey. It'll be a very vital part of us having a clearer picture of our broadband access in the county. The other thing I'd like to report on is Commissioners, I attended the quarterly meeting of the Elmore County Volunteer Firefighters Association this last week, and in my capacity of being a point of contact for our volunteers on the commission, and I expressed our appreciation for what they do in our county. They have been a vital part of our EMA and their response to 3 major events and multiple other events we've had in the county over the last 7 months. Also rolled out to them the final details of our desire to make county personnel through our EMA office available to them to help them submit and complete grant packages, submissions for equipment for their either trucks or whatever apparatus they may need. One of the problems that we know that our firefighters have is, you know, they have jobs, they volunteer their time to protect our citizens, and then they're also trying to run a business, and that's basically what that volunteer fire department is. So we've identified a need that they have where we can assist them and submit grants, and we've made our county EMA personnel available to do that, to assist them, and of course we have an ongoing effort to want to make their ability to serve much easier, and we feel as if this is one way we can do that. So that's all I have, Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Reeves?
Yes, I just want to thank everyone for coming today, and I'd just like to say to Mr. Mr. Mike Waters, Senator Chambers, and Richard Byrd, and all of our staff, for when it come time to bat, you come to the plate and you hit a home run for our citizens. And we really appreciate what y'all do, and along with the other commission. And sometimes being first in doing things, we make errors, we make mistakes, we make friends, we make enemies. But one thing we do, we stick together and get the job done. And Senator, I appreciate you for everything you've done. We like you say, you've been in our shoes, you're here, you still representing the people. That's what it's all about, the people. And when somebody, and yes, you too, ma'am, for being appointed on the board, and he stepped up to serve the citizens with Mr. Waters and all. And we have a young man here, you catch his name, for the Impact Crater. Yeah. Okay, and we want to recognize you because he's here, because that attracts people to our county also. And then for Richard Byrd and the staff, we appreciate them. And our EMA directors always keep us up on the things that we need to know about. So thank y'all very much. That's all.
Thank you. As Mr. Byer mentioned, we look forward to completing the budget process in the coming weeks. We've had numerous opportunities to review the budget and look forward to any additional input that might allow us to have that process completed by our first meeting in September, so that we have a budget to vote on and we can move forward. Rebuild Alabama, I look forward to working with our Highway Department and others as we advance our plan in fiscal year 2020. This is a great accomplishment. As was mentioned, we are fairly certain that we are the first county commission in the state of Alabama to complete a transportation plan related to Rebuild Alabama. So we certainly hope that's the case. We like to be first. We'll one other item with respect to in our district, or in my district, tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. at the Wetumpka Civic Center, there is a public meeting with regards to the road construction that will begin the first week of August in the immediate downtown Wetumpka area. As many of you are familiar, this project has been funded for some time, but there were some legal matters with respect to Alabama Power that they've been working through over the last probably 12 months. But this project is now going to begin the first week of August. It could disrupt some of the downtown traffic flow, but obviously improving and paving the roads, improving the sidewalks, and making our downtown more pedestrian friendly is an objective I hope that we all share, and we all want that to happen. So there is a meeting at 6 p.m. tomorrow night for the public to make everyone aware of the timing, how that's going to work, how it might change traffic flow, days, work hours. All of that information will be made available. At our next meeting in August, school will have started, so I hope that we're all encouraging our young people to be active and engaged in school activities and their education. I'm sure I will have a lot more energy at the next meeting because my kids will be back in school, and I won't have them asking me every day what we're doing. So I look forward to them being in our school system and experiencing a great education that's offered by our Elmore County schools and the staff and teachers and administrators that work tirelessly to accomplish that. So we will now move forward with our important calendar dates.
Saturday, August 10th is the next countywide cleanup from 9 to 1, noting the rotating location is the Cusada Post Office. August 12th will be our next commission work session at 5 with the business meeting following. That will be our only meeting in August. Monday, August 19th through Friday, August 23rd will be the ACCA annual conference in Orange Beach. And our first meeting, on Monday, September 2nd, the courthouse will be closed in observance of Labor Day. And our first meeting in September will be on September 9th with the commission meeting at 5 and the business meeting following.
Thank you. We'll reconvene shortly. All right, we welcome you back to our Elmore County Commission work session dated Monday, July 22, 2019. One item I would like to mention, I failed to mention earlier, is that Senator Clyde Chambliss was also recently appointed to the prison task force by Governor Ivey. There are 3 state senators and 3 representatives that were appointed. Obviously, this is a big win for Elmore County because the prisons are very important to us in our local economy, and we look forward to Senator Chambliss representing Elmore County on that task force. So thank you very much. We will now proceed. I will offer the invocation, following which Commissioner Holt will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Join me in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we are grateful for this opportunity to gather together to serve one another and to serve Thee. We are grateful for the many blessings that we enjoy, the recent rains, and the opportunities that we have to live joyful lives and to serve others and to love others and to follow the example of our Savior Jesus Christ. We ask Thee to bless us that we might be raised up in wisdom and courage as we seek to fulfill Thy will here in this area, that we will be good stewards, that we will have an open heart and open mind as we work together and work with our community. We are again grateful for all that we have, for the abundance that Thou hast given us, and these things we ask and pray for in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Let's please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Kim, would you call roll?
Commissioner Holt?
Here.
Commissioner Daughtry? Chairman Stubbs.
Here.
Commissioner Mercer.
Here.
Commissioner Reeves.
Here.
All right, we'll proceed with regular business. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the July 8, 2019 commission meeting as presented during the work session?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the memorandum of warrants for the period of July 2, 2019 through July 16, 2019?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
We'll proceed now with old business. Is there a motion to approve a 050 retail beer off-premises only and a 070 retail table wine off-premises only liquor license application by Dolgan Corp. LLC for Dollar General Store 20157 located at 150 Titus Road, Titus, Alabama 36080?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to appoint Mr. Michael Waters to the Community Action Partnership of Middle Alabama, appointment due 7/22/19?
Motion appoint.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to appoint Ms. Rashawn Blassingame to the Montgomery Area Mental Health Authority Board, appointment due 7/22/19?
Motion to appoint.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to appoint Ms. Hertazine Crenshaw and Fagel Shuford Grant to the Crenshaw Park Board, appointments due 7/22/19?
Motion appoint.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
All right, we'll proceed now with new business. Is there a motion to approve the resolution to relocate precinct number 0220 located at Grandview Pines Baptist Church to Tri-City Baptist Church, effective with the next election?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve contract for use of property at a polling site with Tri-City Baptist Church?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
All right, we'll proceed. Is there a motion to approve releasing the $21,896.64 of unclaimed funds over 10 years old to the general fund from the county fiduciary account?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve fiscal year 2020 Rebuild Alabama County Transportation Plan?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve construction agreement with AlDOT to microsurface and stripe Fire Tower Road from Redland Road north 3.795 miles to State Road 14, STPAA 2619-250, ECP 26-03-18?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve construction agreement with AlDOT to microsurface and stripe Redland Road from east of Rifle Range Road, east 7.144 miles to Marshall Road, STPAA 2619-251, ECP 26-02-18?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve resolution to microsurface and stripe Flatwood Road from dead end north 3.0 miles to Caesarville Road, ECP 26-53-19?
I make a motion to do it, to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt.
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs.
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer.
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves.
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve resolution to microsurface and stripe Flatwood Curve from Meharry Road to east .5 miles to Flatwood Road, ECP 26-54-19.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve resolution to microsurface and stripe Mehig Road from Alabama Highway 14 north 1.6 miles to Flatwood Road, ECP 26-55-19?
Motion approved. Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve resolution to microsurface and stripe Fort Toulouse Road from Fort Toulouse east 2.4 miles to U.S. Highway 231, ECP 26-56-19?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve resolution to microsurface and stripe Edgewood Road from Cobb's Ford Road east 2.1 miles to Alabama Highway 143, ECP 26-57-19?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve resolution to microsurface and stripe Cusada Road from Alabama Highway 143 east 4.4 miles to Blackwells Drive, ECP 26-58-19?
Motion approved. Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve resolution to widen, level, resurface, and traffic stripe Laurel Creek Rear Road from U.S. Highway 231 east 2.9 miles to Weoka Road?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Is there a motion to authorize CEOO and/or Deputy Chief Engineer to order triaxle dump trucks, dump bodies, lowboy tractors, and motor graders off the ACCA joint bid program as presented?
I'll make a motion to do that.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Is there a motion to approve the consent docket as presented?
Motion approved.
Second.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
Yes.
Personnel notifications, notification of resignation of Ernest J. Edwards, Equipment Operator 2, effective 6/24/19. Notification of military leave for Jacob Shamblin, Probate Chief Clerk, effective 8/11/19. Notification of change of status of Brislyn Thornton, replace A. Smirnoff, part-time corrections officer to full-time corrections officer, effective 7/9/19. Notification of hire of Nathan Wyatt Owens, part-time corrections officer, replace B. Thornton, effective 7/25/19. Notification of reassignment of Jordan Denny, deputy to patrol, replace A. Carr, effective 7/15/19. Notification of reassignment of Chase Shaw, investigator to DEA, replace J. Denny, effective 7/15/19. Notification of reassignment of A. Carr, investigator, replace C. Shaw, effective 7/15/19. Notification of resignation of Robin Hodges, dispatcher, effective 7/26/19. Notification of hire of Christy Taylor, dispatcher, Tier 2, replace R. Hodges, effective 7/26/19. Are there any additional reports? Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Ms. Kim?
Commissioner Holt?
Yes.
Chairman Stubbs?
Yes.
Commissioner Mercer?
Yes.
Commissioner Reeves?
Meeting adjourned.